Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, Joe Biden is under some serious heat, not only from the radical left wing of his party that he keeps betraying at every point in turn, but of course from the special counsel investigation surrounding Obamagate, and now a secondary investigation into his son, Hunter Biden, which could of course in turn be connected to him given the circumstantial evidence at hand. And if that potentially becomes a special counsel investigation, Biden's in some serious heat. And now when it comes to Biden, there's a reason we've always called him Beijing Biden. Many people speculate he's a compromised asset, just like his son, and of course compromised by Chinese influence and Chinese dollars. And of course that notion is further cemented by the fact that Biden has been soft on China throughout his entire political tenure. Well, folks, things just got real spicy in the Hunter Biden saga. And I mean seriously spicy. Allegedly, or not allegedly, information just came out breaking that Hunter Biden sends best wishes from the entire Biden family to a China firm chairman and requested a $10 million wire transfer, friends. $10 million. For what? Why is Hunter Biden requesting $10 million from a Chinese energy company? What is Hunter Biden providing with his total nothingness of experience, his total incompetency given that he's a literal crackhead? I mean, it's literally what he is. It's not an ad hominem attack. It's not slander, it's just fact. But the question is, why is there even a conversation of Chinese officials, of upper society members in China sending $10 million wire transfers to American crackhead who happens to have Biden as his last name? And the second question is Joe connected to this whole thing? And so let me update you guys on this story. We'll read it, we'll talk about it, and then I just want to update you guys on pretty much everything Joe Biden with his new picks, the drama going on with the far left that continues, and we'll just talk about Joe and, of course, the future and what to expect. But before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm. And with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. Alright, so here is the headline from Fox News. Hunter Biden in 2017 sent best wishes from entire Biden family to China firm chairman and requested a $10 million wire transfer. 2017 letter asked chairman to properly fund and operate Biden joint venture with Chinese energy company. Correspondence between Hunter Biden and CEFC chairman Ye Jianming from 2017 shows President-elect Joe Biden's son extending best wishes from the entire Biden family and urging the chairman to quickly send a $10 million wire to properly fund and operate the Biden joint venture with the now bankrupt Chinese energy company. The $10 million transfer to joint venture was never completed. Fox News obtained an email Hunter Biden sent on June 18, 2017 to Zhao Runlong at CEFC asking that they please translate my letter to Chairman Ye, please extend my warmest best wishes and that I hope to see the chairman soon. I hope my letter finds you well. I regret missing you on your last visit to the United States. Hunter Biden wrote in the attached letter dated June 17, 2017. Please accept the best wishes from the entire Biden family as well as my partners. He added, we are all hoping to see you again soon or in Shanghai. Biden went on to update Ye, saying that they have concluded the establishment of Sinohawk Holdings, the Biden joint venture with CEFC, and said he looked forward to introducing him to his business associate Tony Bobulinski, who he wrote would act as the CEO. Turns out Tony Bobulinski isn't just some random kook with no first-hand information, quite the opposite. He is very close friends of James Gillard and the Biden family and joined our team to focus on the execution of things as a partner, Biden wrote. He has invested capital all over the world for some of the world's wealthiest families. And so it goes on and on and on and on, and the questions just continue to rise. There is so much suspicious, circumstantial, and sometimes just flat out non-debatable evidence surrounding the Bidens, the laptop, that you would have to be blindfolded and blocking your ears to not have any questions. The clear question is, why is the media not asking questions? The clear question is, how can Adam Schiff and Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, the whole lot of them, claim that this whole thing was Russian disinformation with absolutely no political consequence? Well, turns out, once again, we were right. It was not Russian disinformation. It was just information. And now that Bill Barr is gone, I really wouldn't be surprised if the new acting head of the DOJ sets up a special counsel investigation so that if Joe Biden is the next president for the next 4 years, he can't just run away from this one. He can't get into the office and immediately fire prosecutors and people who are investigating him or his family. Ring a bell?
They would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. Said, "No," I said, "I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion." They said, "You have no authority. You're not the president." The president said, I said, "Call him." I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
Of course, we know Joe Biden has a history of that exact thing. And once again, that's not Russian disinformation. That's straight from the source. Speaking of a source, speaking of China, we've got this breaking story as well from the Post-Millennial. Source, raw intel reveals China acted to influence the 2020 presidential election. And of course they did. The question is, once again, the media who were up in arms, over 4,000 Russian bots in the 2016 election who spread memes on Facebook, pretending as if that somehow secured President Donald Trump the election, and that President Trump was compromised and he was Putin's puppet, as stated by Adam Schiff, like 1,000,000 times on MSNBC. Well, turns out intel sources are saying that China did the same thing in the 2020 election, but probably to a much greater extent. Where's the Democrat outrage? Where's even the Republican outrage? Where's the outrage in general? All these people talking about protecting democracy and you're undemocratic and blah, 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 don't seem to give a hoot about actually protecting the sanctity of American democracy and elections. They don't care unless it's politically expedient, and they can use it as a cudgel to attack the opposing political aisle. It's absolutely despicable. It's the racket, friends, the racket that I so often refer to, GOP and Democrat alike, all in the same boat. Another video that I made today talking about Mitch McConnell pushing, of course, the status quo and getting behind Biden. Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell are buddy-buddy, and don't you ever forget that. They're all part of the same Washington cabal, the Washington cabal that Joe Biden is trying very hard to usher right back into the White House. This headline right over here will cement that point. Obama 2.0, Joe Biden's national security team filled with Obama administration retreads. What a surprise. Biden's DOE pick, Jennifer Granholm, spent years pushing Russia conspiracy theories. Surprise, surprise, surprise to no one. Here's a story for exactly what to expect once the status quo is right back in action. GOP/Democrat COOF-19 package bails out defense contractors, excludes stimulus checks for Americans. Well, good job, folks. Good job. Whoever voted blue, no matter who, this is what you get. But of course, it seems like people are already regretting it. Black Lives Matter opposes Pete Buttigieg for transportation secretary. Black Lives Matter still actively protesting against Joe Biden potentially picking Rahm Emanuel, Pete Buttigieg, which he already picked, and Eric Garcetti, the mayor of LA. They actually thought they were going to get progressives in the White House. Imagine being that naive. But speaking of progressives, and speaking of stopping the establishment, and more importantly, the Democrat establishment, which is much more destructive than the GOP, the far lefties that Joe Biden is actively trying to get elected in the state of Georgia. Well, if he can get their names right, check him out at his most recent rally.
Honk for your next United States Senator, John Ossoff.
Yeah, okay. John Ossoff. Wait, who is that? I don't know who that is, but one person I do know is Raphael Warnock, who just recently came out with an incredible take on Republicans. Far-left pastor and Georgia senatorial candidate Raphael Warnock calls Republicans gangsters, a little bit ironic considering he's the one with far-left views on terminating pregnancies. In fact, he was just called out pretty heavily by a whole slew of African-American pastors. Over 25 black pastors urged Raphael Warnock to fight systemic racism of terminating pregnancies. I cannot use that word. Welcome to YouTube. You done screwed up, lefties. You voted for an incompetent buffoon who never had your interest at heart ever. He's picking no progressives, and progressives are desperately clawing to somehow have some influence. Something like this, Omar on MSNBC begging Biden to heavily rely on executive power to create an economy that works for everyone. And what she means by that is socialism, which works for no one except for party officials. You didn't vote for progressivism when you voted for Joe. You voted for CEOs and executives. Top Twitter, Facebook executives donated to Biden campaign. You voted for Wall Street. You voted for Kamala Harris, who's most likely going to get in at some point. And if she secures the Senate, then all I gotta say is, God help us all. But this whole thing's looking like a mess, folks. All of these issues that we've been highlighting for a long time are just getting started. They're not going anywhere. It's gonna be investigation after investigation, potentially a Hunter Biden special counsel investigation. Joe might be connected. He might be compromised, the left is attacking him, Kamala might get in office. This whole thing is just an absolute mess, and expect 4 years of monumental Democrat disaster. One thing we will do on this channel is hold them accountable and expose the lies and hypocrisy and corruption as we see it from now until November 3rd, 2024. We will fulfill that duty. But that's what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm. Now I gotta get back to work. There's a whole lot of hypocrisy that must be exposed on a daily basis. You guys know the drill. It's a daily gig, so I'm gonna get to that. I wanna thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.